Sir, I have nothing else to discuss with you. If you want to prove...
All right, get back to work. Go 10-8. Go 10-8. Go 10-8. I wear my seatbelt all the time, liar. What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number? That's not your name and badge number, is it?
It's all this.
Can you give me his name and badge number? They failed to identify.
They want to look up the new Florida statute regarding harassing law enforcement.
Open up! Police!
Leave him alone.
Hey.
Leave him alone.
Hey, pull over, man.
Why?
You're yelling at us, interfering with an investigation.
I got my seatbelt off?
I'm not worried about your seatbelt. You're interfering with an investigation.
No, I'm not. Interference. Physical act, liar.
No, it's not.
City of Houston versus Hill. The Supreme Court found a city ordinance prohibiting verbal abuse of police officers to be unconstitutionally overbroad and a criminalization of protected speech. In other words, your words alone can't be deemed obstruction of law enforcement because you have the right to free speech.
What's your name and badge number?
Deputy DS, pull over right here for me, please.
For what? What?
I've already explained it to you. Interfering with an investigation.
I'm not interfering by saying leave him alone. By driving by and saying leave him alone.
Yes, you did, sir. Stop right here for me.
You
okay?
want to bet? That's not interference?
That is interfering. They had to distract themselves.
Look me up. Look me up.
I don't need to look you up, man.
You need to call your sergeant. Call your sergeant right now.
You can call him.
Call your
All right,
sergeant.
if you want to speak to my sergeant, you can call him.
I want you to call your sergeant. I'm asking for your sergeant. I'm pulling over.
All right.
Call your sergeant.
You can call him if you'd like to speak to him.
How do I call him?
On your cell
Get on the
phone.
hooks and call your sergeant right now.
You can call him.
Listen.
If you'd like to speak to. I don't need to speak to my sergeant.
I'm asking for your sergeant. Go get him.
No. I'm telling you no.
Okay, you're refusing to get a sergeant.
You can call him.
I want your supervisor.
Call him, please.
How?
Pull over right here.
Where?
Right here in the median.
I can't pull up on the median? Cop just pulled up.
Sir, step back to my patrol vehicle for me.
Say again?
Step back to my patrol vehicle for me
For what?
so we can speak.
Can you get your supervisor?
No. All right. If you want to speak to him, you can call.
No, I want your supervisor here.
Step out of the vehicle for me, please.
I'm stepping out. This is an unlawful detainment. You know that?
You're not detained. I can be in jail
For what?
interfering with an investigation.
That's not true. You can earn yourself a lawsuit like that.
Come stand right in front of my vehicle.
You can earn a
Get your
lawsuit
ID-
like
get
that.
your ID on
For
you.
what infraction did I commit?
You can look it up, all right? If you're so familiar with the law. it will-
901.151, a reasonable
look it up.
articulable suspicion of a crime. Hey, Sergeant, can you get this guy in check, please? Yeah. My name's Finn, a.k.a. Wrights Crispy.
We're good. I'll meet you down here.
All right.
Sergeant Davis from the Sheriff's Office. How can I help you?
He said that I'm interfering because I drove by. I said, hey, that's freedom of speech. My kids yelled out, leave him alone. This guy starts saying he doesn't have his seatbelt on. That thing goes on before the car does. I always have my seatbelt. It's habit. Then he starts saying I'm interfering.
Give me a second.
Interfering is a physical act.
You talk?
Interfering is a physical act. I'm trying to educate him.
You're using some kind of condescending terms. I'm pretty
Oh, no,
sure
sir.
he's familiar
I
with
don't
the
mean
law.
that.
He's been doing this quite a long time. Hear me out.
Sure.
In Alachua County, it is actually illegal to panhandle on the side of the roadway.
I know it's against the ordinance.
Okay, so when you say it's freedom of speech,
Yep.
he's actually doing his job. The taxpayers are requesting that he do. That's part of his job.
Right.
So when they are stopped and talking to this guy who's in the middle of the roadway out here panhandling,
Yeah.
that's part of their job. They're actually legally required to do that because
Okay.
it's a violation of county ordinance. So when you stop to talk to them,
I didn't stop.
Okay, well you stopped here when you tried to flag me down into here.
Well, he told me to pull over, and I didn't have anywhere to pull over. I'm sorry. Don't get upset. I'm
I'm
just
not
explaining,
upset, but-
clarifying.
The issue is I'm trying to explain something to you.
Sure. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And
I'll wait
you're
my
really
turn.
Just trying to make an issue out of something
No.
that you may not either understand, which I'm trying to explain to you, and you've interrupted me on this a couple times. So just
And I
hear me out,
apologize.
and then I'll listen to you, okay?
Sure.
So in the future, if you have a concern about what's going on, there's nothing wrong with calling the sheriff's office. You can call and say, hey, can I speak to the supervisor? Reference whatever I have a concern with, and then we will try to answer that. If it's an issue that needs to be addressed, we'll address that issue. But But if it's an issue where you're not understanding the law, we need to explain it to you. Just be receptive to the fact, okay, maybe I wasn't aware that's the law and that's what their job is.
All right, I'm not an attorney and this is not legal advice. I did read this article a week ago and I sent it to Jeff Gray because I know he's a champion for this cause. This is a completely unconstitutional ordinance that we have. The Supreme Court ruled in 2015 to strike down 2 unconstitutional anti-panhandling ordinances. Thayer versus the city of Worcester and Reed versus the city of Gilbert. The bottom line is there are not 2 First Amendments, one for the rich and one for the poor. Just like the Americans with Disabilities Act is still being worked on all over the country. Not everybody is ADA compliant. Not everybody has wheelchair ramps in front of their businesses or over their thresholds. We need to work at this. We need to understand that people asking for help is not a crime.
Welcome back to We the People University. My name is Abaya Israel, former police officer, former sheriff's deputy. And if I may, I would just like to add this small piece as well. Alabama's panhandling laws violate the First Amendment's protection of free speech. A federal judge ruled in a lawsuit brought against the state by the Southern Poverty Law Center, ACLU, of Alabama and the National Homelessness Law Center. The current state law makes it illegal for anyone to panhandle, and those who do can face fines or jail time. 3 people who are homeless and engaged in panhandling sued, arguing that the laws were unconstitutional after collectively being arrested or ticketed dozens of times for panhandling. A U.S. District Judge, W. Keith Watkins, agreed. The remaining defendants are Derek Cunningham, the sheriff of Montgomery County, and Hall Taylor, the secretary of Alabama Law Enforcement Agency. Both were sued in their official capacity. So again, it is illegal for you to tell anyone they cannot panhandle because you are stepping on their First Amendment right of free speech.
Yeah, all right. May I?
Yes, sir.
All right, I didn't stop or slow down. I was going with the flow of traffic. I have it all on dash cam. I never stopped over there. I know that there's a county ordinance on that. We're going to challenge that. It's an unconstitutional ordinance. And I was saying, with my own freedom of speech, leave them alone. So did my kids. Then this guy with the beard started saying that I had a no seatbelt on. That's a lie. That's making a false accusation against me. Then this guy says that I'm interfering, regardless of
Were
your.
you told to move on?
Excuse me.
Were you told to move on?
No.
So nobody told you to move on. You're not involved in this.
No, sir. I have it all on video.
Okay.
Once he said that I'm interfering, that's an unconstitutional ordinance that you have, and interfering, regardless of your
Who
ordinance,
said it's unconstitutional?
the Supreme Court, the
Actually,
United
that's incorrect. That was
no,
the prior law, not the
no,
current law.
the United States Supreme Court has ruled on this.
Incorrect, sir.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll see.
And this is the primary reason why I always state you beat them in the courtroom, because law enforcement officers like this, although the facts are being presented to them, they never listen. Rights Crispy is giving him several facts and he's just rejecting them all. Beat him in the courtroom.
Now, aside from that, whether it's constitutional or not, regardless of your ordinance, I still have my freedom of speech, and I can yell whatever I want out the window.
That's fine, and he can also tell you to move on down the road. And, if you
And I did.
If you refuse to do
No,
that while he's in the middle of an investigation, you're now harassing a law enforcement officer conducting
No,
his
we're not.
responsibility.
We can't harass.
You can go
Harassment.
talk to whoever you'd like to talk to.
Look up harassment.
Sir, nothing I can help you
You're
with.
wrong with
You already
that
know-
again.
Well, how can I help you?
Maybe get a lieutenant here
Not gonna
who
happen.
understands.
You can contact the sheriff's office, you can contact your
All
attorney,
right.
you can contact the judge, whoever you think you need to speak to, because it's obvious you're not open to the actual law.
I've done this for 3 years. I know it's not that
That's
long.
fine.
It's not as long
I'm
as you
not gonna
guys,
be
but I have a
harassed
little
by
bit.
an individual. There's a
clo-
reason- there's a
I'm
police
not trying to
investigation.
harass
Well,
you,
that's
man.
exactly what you did to the deputy over there.
That's
So
not
this-
what I did
that's
to the
actually all
deputy.
recorded.
That's a
Just
false
so you know.
accusation again.
Sir, I have nothing else to discuss with you. If you want to prove
All right, get back to work. Go 10-8. Go 10-8. Go 10-8. I wear my seatbelt all the time, liar. What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number? That's not your name and badge number, is it?
It's all this.
Can you give me his name and badge number? They failed to identify.
They want to look up the new Florida statute regarding harassing law enforcement.
I did just that, and boy, this guy's on a roll. He's wrong again. Is
Look
there?
that one up. It's
I
getting
will.
ready to take place, and you're really getting to the issue where these deputies are doing nothing to you. You want to walk up in the
I
face.
have a freedom of
You and I
speech,
discussed
and I
today.
can redress my
That's correct.
grievances.
You're
I
also
want
a
his
private
name and
property.
badge number
His name
because
is-
he.
His name is Deputy Aldis. Okay.
What's his badge number?
Tell me badge number.
1791.
1791. This guy's badge number is the same as the year the Bill of Rights was enacted. And yours again?
Was regardless. I'll know when you call in who I spoke with.
If you run that through David, that's a
No, I'm
retaliation.
gonna run it through my record system.
NCIC?
Because you're now going to be flagged as an individual who's intentionally trying to harass law enforcement.
That
in
you're
Alaska
gonna
County.
okay? I have
That's
that on
correct.
record. And here, the deputy could potentially be breaking federal law. There's a case that I have in the courts right now that cited another case called Bennett versus Hendricks, and that shows that it's illegal for the police to retaliate against people.
That's correct. Have a
Stand
good
by,
day.
Sergeant Davis.
ID 4.
You got it. You got it.
Take care.
I just stripped the cop of his qualified immunity
That's
Monday.
Fine. That's fine.
Get some more. Look me up. That's
Appreciate
right. Look it up.
And you're from Alachua County?
Yeah, I'm in Alachua
I know
County
you-
now. I'm gonna be here for the rest
Sir,
of my life too.
It's apparent you're trying to create an issue.
No, I'm trying to create change,
Well, then
positive
go
change.
to the court
I
and
have
do it.
friends and family with that badge, and you're making it look like crap right
No,
now.
You're incorrect on that. Go to
Yeah,
the court
right.
system. That's where you do that. You don't do it in the middle of the street. while
No,
they're
we
trying to
can
do
do it
their
in the
job.
middle of the street because I have a
And if
freedom
you're
of speech and
not in-
freedom to seek redress for my
You
grievances.
obviously are
It's
not
the
open
First
to understand.
Amendment.
Have a good day.
It's the First Amendment. Stop being stubborn. Go 10-8. Get back to work and do your job right.
All right, guys, if you're looking for the perfect tool to make sure your rights are never violated, to place the law in your pocket so when you deal with tyrants, you will know what to say and what to do, head over to the Apple or the Android store and download Cancel Tyranny. Make sure you know what to do when you deal with police. Get the app today.